What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Double M Racing. Today we are putting on the finishing touches. So I will walk you around and show you what I've been up to today. Okay. First of all, you will notice she is back on the ground. She is sitting on her wheels for the first time since she flew off of them. Today, what I've been concentrating on, and I didn't bring you guys along for it because I really didn't know what I was doing. Get this pushed forward a little bit. I was getting all these swedge tubes put in the rear end, and it took me quite a while of just playing around, figuring out what I needed to do, phoning friends, just trying to figure out what in the world I needed to do to get the rear axle lined up right. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 swedge tubes with heims on them that adjust that rear end. This one here, the long one, adjusts it left to right. You've got the two 12-inch bars up front. You'll see it right there. There's one on each side. That adjusts your wheels, your rear wheels, forwards and backwards. So you can make it to where your rear end's kind of cockeyed a little bit. You can put it square. Heck, you can turn it that way if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to. You're going left turns on dirt. But, and then you've got your little one right there. I don't have this in all the way because I'm still not sure exactly what goes. I think there's something that goes in there, but I don't know. So I haven't tightened that one down all the way. But this one here adjusts the pitch of your rear end yoke. It adjusts it. Let's say this is your drive shaft end and this is the end. It adjusts it like this. So it pulls your rear end up and keeps your drive shaft off your cross members. So it took me a lot of trial and error. What I found worked the best after talking to a buddy, I took this crossman off. I took my shocks off. I had the car standing on jack stands in the rear. Took the shocks off, took this off, and got my front adjusted first. And you pretty much, if you have 12-inch swedge tubes, you want that sucked all the way as far forward as you can get it. I then connected this and adjusted my left to right, and then I was able to connect that and adjust my pitch up or down. So, and then I reattach my shocks. Now I know that I've got a couple new shocks on here and my car is sitting at an angle like that. So Saturday, we are going to race Saturday night. It'll be our first race back, but Saturday morning, we're gonna head over to Mike McCormick's shop and he's gonna help us get everything set up. So we will try to shoot as much video as possible. But again, we'll be getting her set up for that night. So that's going to be the main priority is getting her ready to go. So what I am getting ready to do next is, I also went through and nut and bolt checked the entire car. I just kind of tightened everything down. That way it's safe to roll over there. We got her filled up with fluids. I've still got to put the rear end oil in, but I'll show you what I use. This table's a mess. It's been like D-Day, getting everything ready. The oil I run in mine is the Lucas High Performance Motorcycle Oil 20W50. If you've been watching me for a little bit this season, then you've seen us put this stuff in, get the car ready. This is the oil filter. Now again, we do not have a relocate kit on our Legend car. It is just strictly on the rear of the motor. So that is This is all got from AutoZone. STP S2808 XL. So that's the one that I got there. And then this is the rear end oil. I still got to put that in for the gear oil. Valvoline Synthetic 75 W90. So one big bag of those. These are so handy now. They usually come in the tube, and you got to try to get it in there. These Legend cars are kind of tight back there. So we'll dump this in real quick. I went ahead, like I mentioned in the last video, used 4 quarts of that since I was filling up the coolers and everything. So 4 quarts of that, one of those, and we'll get this in, and then I'll get one of the girls out here and we'll start bleeding down the brakes. Will be the next thing we do. Okay. I hate bringing you guys in this close, but there's not really many options on where to mount the camera here. Okay, we've got this plug here, and then there's a drain plug on the very bottom right. So you take off this plug, this is where you fill from. So we will grab our crescent and get that off of there. I always forget that I got this thing. The new tool that we purchased for the trailer this year. Take the wheels on and off. I bet I got something that'll fit on that now. But now I'm gonna have to put the wheel back on. Take your gear oil, just squeeze it in there. I'm pretty sure we changed it out right at the beginning of the season. I'm pretty sure it holds the full bag. Oh, that sounds great. Okay. Next we are going to fill up the brake reservoir, and we are going to bleed the brakes. Kenzie's in there. She is super excited to be out here helping me at 9:30 at night. So when you bleed your brakes, I've checked all the lines. Everything's tight. Fill up your reservoir, and you can already see some of the bubbles are coming out. It's getting back down into all the lines. Oh, I hear it leaking. I've got a line not tight. Which one's not tight? Well, the brake bleeding is on hold. You remember when we were putting that new brake reservoir in, or brake master cylinder, I was telling you that I need to go get some plugs because the top hole and the bottom hole, bottom 2 holes are plugged on that. Well, I did not go get plugs. So all that brake fluid I just dumped into the container is draining into that cup right there and onto the floor. So I guess now I will I'll just get the graphics on. I got the tin, got my name, and got my dad and brother's sponsorship that used to be on the fender. I think I'm gonna stick them somewhere back in here. So I'll put you on time lapse and you can watch me get some graphics on. And then I'll call it a night. And then brakes will be the only thing left to do. right, there she is, the finished product. All this hard work is finally come to fruition. It's been a lot of work, but it was worth it for sure to get this car fixed back right and get it back in shape. Got all the graphics finished up. I didn't show you guys earlier today. The sponsors, contingency sponsor decals came in, so I threw some of them on. But got the tin back up on the roof. Got the name back on. Got our McCully insurance back on. I covered up a crack back here. Trunk still looks pretty rough, but I covered up a crack back there with that sticker. I can't thank Ozark Hydrographics enough. Eric printed off all these stickers again for us and got us back to looking good. Got our 10M back there on the rear fender. And this side, it's got our name there. Contingency sponsors there. And that's it. Oh, and we got the other new McCully insurance there. I had those on the bottom fenders last time, if you remember correctly. But I threw them back here to where they won't get as beat up and dirty. So, all right, guys. Well, I sure appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will bring you guys back in race day when we're bleeding the brakes here, and we'll do the setup and everything like that, and getting ready to go for Saturday night. So, appreciate you guys. See you next time.